The days are really getting to me now. It's absolutely crazy that just 8 weeks ago we started this new company and we're already contracted to $9 million a year. I've already been here since 7 a.m. The days are really getting to me now. So it's been like just over 8 weeks since we rebranded to Muse, which I think is the last vlog where I last picked up. Since then, yeah, as you saw, 9 mil ARR contracted. We're really picking up and now we have so much more demand. We have calls a couple times a week talking about new POCs, new enterprise contracts that want to work with us, new locations that all want our solution. So now we have to start expanding our team, and you could already see. So guys, yeah, one of our first new members, and we start growing. Yeah, it's crazy. So we now have to support, we're at 2,000 locations right now. That's 8 weeks in. It looks like we could get up to 5,000 over the next month if everything goes to plan, which is ridiculous. Obviously to support that, I think we need to at least have 8 developers. So since we're now hiring for our Toronto office in a couple of roles, and we also threw up this LinkedIn post on my account announcing how we hit the 9 mil ARR contracted. My inbox has been flooded with well over 100 applications, and it's been like 18 hours. And that's just from one like job posting, right? So you need to put in at least a little bit of extra effort, either in the message you send or tailoring your application a little bit, or you're never gonna stand out. To actually get that first experience, for me to be able to trust you, to make you stand out, it's actually exactly what Nikita did. It's having something that they've built with their own hands or being part of a project that was successful with the user base. It's so simple. Being a software engineer means being able to build a solution that can scale. And if you can't show that you can do that with how AI works these days, I'm simply never gonna hire you. So with Nikita, when I was looking at his application, what really stood out here was a couple of years ago, he was just a baby. He was part of this founding team as well. Then if you go even further, yeah, he was in part of another startup that was acqui-hired. Then he successfully exited again. And doing that at such a young age really showed that he was able to be in the role. So before even talking to him, I knew he would be technically capable enough. And then again, this guy that I interviewed today that we're probably gonna hire for the mobile app engineering, super simple, nothing but his LinkedIn and a short couple paragraphs, not AI generated. And he's like, I solo built this app live on the App Store, 7,000 users, $1,000 MRR in 1.5 months. And then he was like in the news for it. And when I saw that, I was like, I just clicked through the app and I already saw that he was obviously good enough to be a mobile app engineer. So, you can let your work speak for yourself. I think that's the best way to get a job. You can't really complain about the job market when you're not willing to put in the effort like that, in my opinion.
Okay, so right now we're upgrading our landing page. We've got some concepts going down where we're showing ontology and stuff like that. Made a couple sketches. We also have this little pixel animation that we got going on. So you guys are gonna get to see the final result in a few weeks.
So you might be wondering why we're changing the landing page already when literally last vlog I pulled an all-nighter trying to fix it. All right, it's 1 a.m. We're officially done the hero, and look at how beautiful that looks. It's because that was intentionally vague and ambiguous. So you might have even been wondering as viewers, like if you checked out that landing page, you would have been like, what the hell do they even do? Like, what is Muse? And I don't blame you. It was done like that on purpose. Now our landing page is actually becoming a funnel where people are like clicking on it. We even had a call this morning, which went really well, which is exciting. But they were on the landing page and this guy was like super technical and he was like, I really liked what was on that page, but even I like struggled to understand it. And we were like, okay, like clearly that's one thing if a lead data engineer, senior data engineer could maybe understand what we're talking about, but like if your random QSR CEO can't even understand our value, we're losing a lot of clients. So that's why we're completely redoing it for the last time, I promise. The ROI is there, so we gotta do this right once and for all.
Yeah, they just
that's on Google Play. It's on Google Play, yeah, our app just got released on the Google Play Store. That's pretty high. Look at this. Muse, everyone go download it and rate it. Wait, not anyone on the video. And now, at literally 5 minutes later, we just got this email. We noticed an issue with your submission that requires your attention on the App Store. They're so anal with everything. And it takes like 7 days for them to review every single small change. And look, like here, the issue is I just didn't outline, remove the account registration features for businesses. That's it. We just have to figure out a way around that now.
Did they flag that last time or no?
No.
We'll get rid of it. the whole onboarding flow, and then once they allow us on, then we can have that back on. Yeah.
All right, quick lunch break. You know, one thing I really realized is that your work as a software engineer, especially in big tech, means absolutely nothing. Like, to put it so bluntly, everything's so bureaucratic. You're always working on the smallest part of an internal tool, and really, you never do anything of serious value that impacts people, and you really sold that dream. At least I was. That's why I really wanted to be a big tech engineer and made it even my personality. And after Amazon, when I saw that that's not the case, I really made it my mission to do something that impacted people, because that's what I was really passionate about. And now the fact that, you know, Muse is now becoming a serious success. I'm seeing us already in 2,000 locations, contracted to multi-million dollars, and it's only been such a short time. I really couldn't be more fulfilled doing what I'm doing. And it really makes me want to wake up and work and grind every single day. All right, so with the 9 million ARR right now, we're contracted to 2,000 locations for the year. That's already in 8 weeks, right? But what's crazier is this morning I already had a call discussing a POC for up to 3,000 more locations, which went really well. And then there's another franchise we were talking to, or chain, sorry, that has around 1,200 locations across America and Europe. And that's just off the top of my head. So really I could see us within the next 2 or 3 months being contracted to another 6,000 locations. So you could do the math on what that would look like. And that's really all it boils down to. So I'm excited to see where this goes. It's really stressful, but in a good way. You know, one thing that's sad about how fast we're scaling is we might already have to move out of my first ever office, which, you know, I'm a bit sentimental about, but it only holds 4 people. If we're going to scale the dev team to at least 8 or 10 people in Toronto, you know, simply we need to move. We're going to be moving to either another WeWork or just open up our own office at some point here. You know, one of the best things about what we're doing at Muse isn't even actually our product. So what we are is something called an ontology layer, which is basically either a company brain or like a data lake, data layer, etc., whatever you want to think of it as, where we basically have this data aggregation for each business, and that is our solution. So for these QSR branches, how we present our product is either a website, an app like you saw, or even in more detail, it could be inside of their VPC. So like, let's say they use AWS, we could be simply a Lambda function that runs on a cron to trigger certain things. It could be CloudWatch alarms for the forecasting, stuff like that. But the best part is this lets us be native to how solutions are being formed these days, because SaaS is dead. Now instead we are more technology as a service. There's a bunch of like YC or very large up and coming startups that follow that kind of boat as well. So it's super cool, yeah, when you really think about it. All right, and that's basically been all of the last 8 weeks summarized in one video since I last shot a vlog. Yeah, let's see what the next 8 weeks holds. I'll see you guys in the next one.